Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com here. Now, I once wrote a piece about Burgundy, red Burgundy, and I said red Burgundy, great red Burgundy, it's a bit like an orgasm. If you're not sure whether you've had one, then you haven't. And if you have had one, then you want another one as soon as possible. And it's this idea of trying to recapture that special moment that has prompted winemakers all over the world to plant Pinot Noir and do their darndest to make something that can be as sexy Burgundy. But even Burgundy can't do sexy Burgundy all the time. Chile is one of the places that I would say in the last 10, 15 years has made a huge strides with Pinot Noir, and there's a winery that I've got 3 wines from here, Connoisseur, that has been, I suppose, at the forefront of Pinot Noir development in Chile. So this is their basic Pinot. What price is it? £7. And I think when it was introduced a few years ago, it was £5. So going up £2 in 10 years. That's par for the course, isn't it? Righty-ho, so this is their, what vintage are we on, 99, Central Valley. Now the Central Valley in Chile is vast. There's bits of Central Valley that are quite close to Santiago. There's bits of the Central Valley that are several hundred kilometres further south. So there's no such thing as typical Central Valley terroir. But there's a place that Connoisseur gets some Pinot Noir from, a place called Chimbarongo, which was where they had their first real successes with Pinot. And the guy who makes these wines, Adolfo Hurtado, he's Pinot bonkers. He makes another wine that's above here, one called Ossio, but I've not got that today. But this is his basic Pinot. Well, it smells soft and earthy and cherry-like. For me, Pinot Noir should have a yumminess to it. Sometimes you see people, they're trying to make Cabernet, they're trying to make something a bit too stern and serious, but Pinot Noir should have this yummy, supple drinkability. And it smells like it's going to have a bit of that. Yeah, it's not great, but it's juicy, it's refreshing. You could almost chill that down in summer. Yes, it's got this slightly warm, cooked edge to it, but the main thing is this plush, plum, raspberry fruit. Good, but not great. So, the next one from them, it's a step up and it's their Reserva. Now, we're in the Casablanca Valley here, and we're a year older. So it's probably a bit cooler here than in general than the vineyards for here. So maybe this will come across with a bit more freshness, maybe less of those ever so slightly jammy characters that were there. Let's see. Well, there's more of a blackcurranty edge, blackcurrant and raspberry. It feels like a lighter, finer style, but more aromatically interesting. And there's a slightly, how would I describe it? Almost it feels slightly iron-like edge to it, this iron-like minerality, if you want to call it that. Yeah, earthy cherry jam. Cherries, raspberries, that bit of blackcurrants keeping going through. It's more concentrated, it's more aromatic, it's more of everything. It really is quite a step up. It's worth spending that extra £1 to get up to here. And what I notice as well is the persistence. It just keeps going, it keeps going. It tastes good now, and it's tasting better the longer I've got that taste in my mouth. Advert break, I suppose you could call this. I've got 4 Chilean wines, but I've also got a Burgundy. So it's a 2007 Luellato Marsanne. And yes, it's quite a different beast. It's warm. When I say warmer, it's a rounder, softer flavour. Yes, it's only 6 months older, but it feels like it's had that French term élevage. It feels like it's had more time to relax in the barrel. It's got a softer, gentler nature, and it comes across as being that little bit warmer. This feels fresh, even though it's a bit higher in alcohol. This feels like it's a little more lush. Very interesting comparison, those two, because I get more complexity and more interesting flavours on the Connoisseur. But this is the wine I'd choose to drink tonight because it's softer, it's more mature, it's got that extra layer of lushness, the confidence of maturity. The Connoisseur. Yes, it would be interesting because it's under screw cap. If it had been under cork, maybe it would be at the similar stage of development that the Luellato is. Final, well, no, not the final one. Back in the Casablanca Valley in Chile, and this isn't Connoisseur. This is Casa del Bosque, 2008 Gran Reserva. I stick my nose in here, and two things I notice: oak, which comes across in a slightly smoky, toasty way. The other thing is a reduction, that that edge of when something has been made excluding oxygen as much as possible. Now, a bit of a reduction is good. A lot of reduction, ooh, you start getting into the stinky rotten egg style. Here, it's not in the rotten egg style, but this for me is a wine that if you're having it at home, give it a good slosh around, because as you expose a wine like this to air, that reduced edge disappears, and keep going in, and it gets even more oxidized. But here, I'm going to give my glass quite a good swirl, see if I can get it to show its true colours. And yeah, what's emerging is something that has got where the oak is really nicely integrated. There's a plushness to the fruit, something to do almost like the plushness here. 6 months older, is it? Yeah, 2008. Yeah. Yes, it feels like it's a weightier wine, more mellow than the regular the Reserva Connoisseur was. Again, this is the one with a cork rather than a screw cap. Interesting. The whole screw cap versus cork debate, my personal jury is out on it. I like the way in which wines are. Each bottle tastes much the same as the next one when you're in screw caps. But sometimes if you put a wine into age, sometimes the screw caps, they age the wine too slowly. And if you've got those wines with those slightly reduced edges in there, it almost accentuates them. But yeah, it's coming out. I'm getting that blue ribboned or taxi biscuit chocolate wafer edge. It's nice wine, and it's young wine. It's got this, it's a very much richer beast than the Marsanne. It's got this really intense, ever so slightly cooked red berries, strawberries, raspberries, loganberries, that type of thing. Bit of plum, bit of warm black cherry in there too. Bit of spice too. Very nice. Final wine. Same place, Casablanca 2008. It's the Connoisseur 20 barrels. Or as their winemaker Doffo says, 20 varros. He's a nice man. Gentler, sweeter, finer than the Casa del Bosque. If this is almost like trying to impress you slightly with that edge of toasty oak, that chocolate wafer edge, here it's much more laid back, and you're in a slightly plummier, even a touch of tomato, but not on that green tomato. Really ripe, fresh, juicy tomato edge coming through here. And oak, really beautifully handled. It's there, but it's there as almost like a cup holding up the this lovely rich, juicy fruit. That's the sort of thing that you want to capture in good Pinot Noir. Something that makes you go, ooh, knee-trembling wine. Yeah, confident in its lithe juiciness. There's this red berry richness, but it's never too rich. And what the finish you're left with is fresh. It's probably going to be too fresh for some people. Some people who like their wines to finish big and sweet, they might not like that because it has got acidity, it's got freshness, it's got life. Vif is the French word. It's got that vif, it's got élan. But it's got this yumminess as well. I was talking to somebody from Jacob's Creek the other day, and they said someone had asked them what is great wine, and they said great wine should have two things. It should be technically perfect, maybe not technically perfect, but it should be technically correct, but it should also be yummy. So, and I think that's got both of these things. It's got that correct but not over-processed feel to it, but it's also got a yumminess that makes me want to maybe not spit this bit out. So, well, I don't know about the orgasm there, but certainly that's the one that maybe I'm going to have another glass of later on. I might have a glass of one of the others, but with 5 to go up, that will be certainly one I went for first. See you soon.